You're the voice of reason. Indescribable yet pleasing. What's the scoop today in your battle for truth, justice, and the American way? Home health and politics. Conspiracy theories or karate kicks.
Is News Radio 710
on the issues of the day.
WNTM. More Perfect Hair coming up. Sean Hannity on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Can you tell me how? Will our team win? I guess it depends on what shape they're in.
Championship league for small business owners, but if there was,
home health or politics, conspiracy theories or cement bricks, intelligent discussions on the issues of the day. Tell them not to call us, they got something to say.
Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro.
You ain't nobody's fool
with Lenovo Pro.
You live without the golden rule. When there's a fiery discussion, you supply the fuel.
News Radio 710 WNTM AM and WMXC HD3 Mobile.
Man, you really hip. You don't take no lip. Man, you got it under control. If there's one thing you got, it's a lot of soul. The thing we like about you, Uncle Henry, if you have a caller who's particularly pugnacious, quarrelsome, contentious, belligerent, truculent, or scathingly harsh, you simply disconnect the lines of communication. Oh, yeah. In other words, you hang up on the fool. Yeah. You're the Duke of Decorum, the Prince of Propriety, the Emperor of Excellence, the Sultan of Sensibility, and the Maharaja of Magnificence.
Uncle Henry!
Oh, yeah.
He's always right on time to work, and it's still dark. I bet it must be easy to find somewhere to park.
Yes, sir, you're on the air.
Saving AM radio, it's the Uncle Henry Show. You know you're up when you hear that Roll Tide roll.
Roll Tide roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things used to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
You leave my mama out of this.
It's crushing Ronald Reagan, and don't y'all forget to pray. A celebrity Bible verse to start your day.
Lord have mercy. Read your Bible.
Giant moon pies and ugly ties and ill-named football bowls. Be sure you end your call with Roll Tide roll.
Roll Tide roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things ought to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Leave my mama out of this. It's horrible.
Let's talk about the Constitution.
I'm uncomfortable being called baby.
Just don't talk about prostitution or sex.
Cut that out.
Testosterone.
Don't send me things to click.
You can talk football, baseball, and eating meat, tea parties, and bringing up children. You can talk city streets, deadbeats, and the way things probably ain't never gonna be. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
What's the matter with you people?
Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Making songs about my mama. Leave my mama out of this now.
Can you hear my guitar?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's been too long since there has been a savior in this town. We're drowning in the taxes and the schools are coming down. So it's time to take drastic measure, and I know you'll all agree that you know that I know Uncle Henry is the man. He'll bring pride back into Mobile, not a tax on garbage cans. When the money's tight, he'll stand and fight. He'll help all those in need. 'Cause you know that I know Uncle Henry's who we need. There you go.
Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. I will return.
Message deleted. Press.
News Radio 710 WNTM.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
In Pensacola, watch for a crash Brent Lane at Rawson Lane. Also a crash with road blockage East Fairfield Drive at North Palafox Street. Slow on the Cochrane Bridge west on Highway 90. From I-10 to 165, it's a 13-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Point Broadband.
In our community, connection matters. Switch to Point Broadband today to get 1 gig fiber internet for just $49 a month, plus a $250 gift card and a 2-year price lock. Fast, reliable, unlimited data, all on a stronger, smarter, 100% fiber network. Point Broadband, better than ever.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Proverbs 25:28, the King James Version. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. The New International Version, like a city whose walls are broken down is a man who lacks self-control. Proverbs 25:28.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you. I really do appreciate you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I tell you this every time. When I start the show, I tell you that I appreciate it because I really do. I really do. I enjoy having this job. It's heated and air conditioned in here. Now, there are roof leaks, but we are renters. We lease the building, so that's a negotiation, trying to get that roof fixed. But I love it. We got the heating and the air conditioning. I got free coffee. My employer provides me with as much coffee as I want to drink, and he never charges me for that coffee. I love that. There's just so many great things about working here. So thank you for listening. Thank you for enabling me to work here on News Radio 710 WNTM and talk with you here on the Uncle Henry Show. I really do appreciate it. Now, once again, here we are together, me and you, really trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on? What's really going on? We know what's going on, but what's really going on? And what has gotten into people other than the devil? Maybe it's just devil and all associated underdevil type things that have gotten into people. But wow, there's always something to talk about here Always something weird going on. Telephone number if you'd like to call the show. If you would like to produce the show, call in with something you want to talk about. I'm up for just about any topic as long as it's not pornographic in nature or about the ins and outs of human reproduction. 251-479-2723 is the telephone number. If you'd like to call in and be a part of this, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. And I do have old-fashioned electronic mail. If you'd like to send me an email, feel free. Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. That's Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. What a beautiful day it has been in the city of Mobile. I've driven around a lot in Mobile today. I was going out and talking to some business folks today. In between my time on 95 KSJ and my time here, I've been riding around. Riding up Cottage Hill, all the natural beauty of Cottage Hill Road, West Mobile. I'll tell you, the traffic light that I spent the most time at today was Greelot and Cody Road. And there was nothing wrong, just a lot of traffic. I kept thinking, this used to be nothing out here. Used to be nowhere, and now it's somewhere. It's accidentally become somewhere out there at Greelot and Cody Road. Now, before we get into topics, news items, current events, things, whatever the voices are telling me in my head, all these different things, I do want to mention to you that I've got a new chore I've got to take care of. My wife has told me that she wants me to win another Nappy Award. Yes, that's what my wife has told me. I've asked her, what would you like me to do? She says, well, in addition to taking out the garbage more frequently, because she thinks I let it get too high, but she says, in addition to taking out garbage more frequently, I would like you to win another Nappy Award. So it is now today is the first day they've got the nominating process for the Nappy Awards. So please, if you've got a moment, this is something, this will help me at home. Please help me at home. Don't do it. I've been blessed. I've got some nappies, but this will help me at home. The marriage still new. So if you can go to votenappies.com, that's where you go, votenappies.com, and then nominate me for all of everything in radio, nominate me for all of that. I know there's a lot of other really good people that are very talented, many of them way better than me, but please, they probably have something, they probably don't have the same pressures. So please nominate me in every category as often as possible in the media categories. And if you feel you don't know who to vote for like favorite, there's all kind of categories that you won't even know who to vote for. Throw me in there as well. It cannot hurt. Having my name typed in there cannot hurt. If I can just pick one of them up, I just think it'll help. It'll help at home. So I don't want to get into anything else, but please, votenappies.com. And I would have already gone on there and started nominating myself and some of my favorite businesses and stuff, but I don't think I should do that at work using the work computer. See, I'm one of those people that still, and I know you're going to think this is nuts, but I still think that I should not use the work computer for things that are not work related. I'm not on here. I'm not on the work computer trying to order things off the Amazon or find out what's on. Is there something new on Netflix? Or I'm not on there. I'm not looking. Now I know you probably do all kind of home stuff. You're probably at work on Facebook on there, using whatever work luxurious laptop you might have or work luxurious desktop with that work provided Wi-Fi on the clock. But that's not my style. No. I'm not using the work computer to do it. So, but later on, when I'm using my own Wi-Fi in my own home computer, then I'll go on to votenappies.com and nominate a lot of people. There's a lot of great businesses in this town that deserve to be nominated and deserve to win awards. But again, votenappies.com is where you go to do that. Now, and speaking of Lagniappe, in their Nappy Awards. I read their coyote story this afternoon. They have got a great story in the latest edition of Lagniappe. You can find it online, lagniappe.com, about the coyotes. And I had no idea that this town was being overrun by coyotes. If you read the article, you will get the impression that they're just all around us. And I guess there might be one in the room. Look, I don't think there is, but based on that article today, there might be one in the hallway. There might be, just based on read it. You'll find the article tells you that we're being inundated with coyotes. It tells you that there's a special golden triangle in Mobile for coyote. And did you know? I never knew about the golden triangle. Did you? There's a golden triangle in Mobile that I had no idea of, that the coyotes are in. And also it tells you in the article what to do if you're confronted. Even though coyotes have not attacked anyone in the state of Alabama that we have on record, according to the story, the article even tells you what to do if a coyote tries to start something with you. Maybe you'll be the first person in Alabama that a coyote starts something with. Anyway, that's in the latest issue. Back with more after the break.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
In Pensacola, watch for a crash, Brent Lane at Rawson Lane. Also a crash with road blockage, East Fairfield Drive at North Palafox Street. Slow on the Cochran Bridge, west on Highway 90. From I-10 to 165, it's a 13-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Springsteen.
YouTube viewers, if there's anybody watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Let me do a quick check and see if you are. Yes, small number of people looking. Hello to Chuck. Now, Chuck, and by the way, still intending to do the show about the homeless outreach, Chuck. Have not forgotten, but I've been delayed. But I've not forgotten. Chuck, thank you for looking in. Excalibur 1 Force. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. 68-year-old Chris, they give them out in July. It only seems like the nappies are year-round. It seems year-round to me, too. But I believe they hand them out in July. 68-year-old Chris. Gregory Edie. Richard Harvey, Bama Big Man. J.D. Claire. You know, J.D., you should get your daughter to call the show. If she could call, your daughter Claire could call the show and give herself a shout out. 251-479-2723. But congratulations on that your daughter will spend any time with you. Hello to Norman Richardson, KP of shirtbutter.com. And anyone, Pat Nelly, hello to Pat Nelly. Somebody phoned in a voicemail and name dropped Pat Nelly. We'll get to that before the end of the hour. All right, what can I tell you about? I know there was some weird news today. All the news is starting to sound weird to me. And that may be a symptom. But let me look real quick, see if I can find a quick one. Back on the radio in 2 minutes. Okay, so when you find money, do you turn it in? Do you turn it in to somewhere when you find it? I went into a store 2 weeks. Did I tell this story to you? I found about $27 laying out on a sidewalk, and I took it into the business, and I just told them I found $27 on the sidewalk, and they, who knows what they did with it, probably ordered pizza. But in Japan, in Tokyo, the police in Tokyo say that citizens last year they turned in a total of $29 million worth of cash. They found lost yen in the streets of Tokyo and just turned it in. It was the equivalent of 29. Now, is there a pocket problem in Japan? Are there a lot of holes in the pockets? Or something that sounds too high of a number. Doesn't it? Doesn't that sound fake news to you? Maybe something was lost in the translation when they were translating to yen and dollars for this news story.
Nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores.
You should buy them because he invented his company in his garage, and that makes it better.
10 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, News Radio 710, WNTM. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes here. Telephone number if you'd like to call the show, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Hello, caller.
Hi, Uncle Henry.
Hello there. You are live on the radio.
I just heard you say my name on the TV on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Then you're Claire.
Yes.
All right. Claire, let me just tell the radio listener what we're talking about. Now, this show is also streamed live on YouTube for a small number of people that, for whatever reason, they just like watching an old man just stand. And one of our listeners, JD, said that his daughter, Claire, was watching with him on YouTube. Claire, now, did he force you to watch this?
Well, he asked me, so not really, but...
So it wasn't forcing, but it was not your choice.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. And Claire, how old are you?
14.
14. So among among the youngsters your age, 14 years old, are there any top news stories? What kind of things do 14-year-olds talk about? Do you talk about the news?
No, sometimes my class and the kids in school sometimes talk about it. So I sometimes talk about it, but not really.
Okay, well, good. You don't necessarily need to know anything about news when you're that age. What do 14-year-olds talk about?
I don't know,
All right, well, look, Claire.
Well, I gotta do my homework. I gotta do my homework. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I put you on the... Claire, thank you for watching. Thank you for calling.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Roll. Thank you very much, Claire. I didn't mean to put Claire on the spot. It was very... But maybe if you've got a 14-year-old in your life, maybe you can find out what they talk about and let me know. I have a feeling that I'm not supposed to know. that there's some type of code among the youngsters that they don't want people. When I was 14, I didn't want to talk to anybody over really the age of I didn't want to talk to anybody that was old enough to be an authority figure. I didn't when I was 14. In fact, I don't know that I wanted to talk to anybody that was old enough to be an authority figure until I was in my 40s or 50s myself. So anyway, Claire, thank you for being forced to watch the show and being polite when you were forced to call in. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. Now, let me go to a voicemail. This kind of ties in to our earlier discussion. This came in, I believe, yesterday.
Henry, this is the partaker out in West Mobile. Called you last week. Anyways, had a ruckus out in the backyard last night, and I had white feathers everywhere this morning. Had white feathers in the pool. Something got a hold of one of my chickens. So, don't know what it was, but I got a white chicken missing this morning. Adios. So, adios, white chicken. Bye-bye.
All right. I don't know. Now, that could have been, I don't know, was that a legitimate call about a man whose chicken passed due to some... Now, judging from the Lanyap story, it had to... The Lanyap story makes me believe that we are completely inundated with coyotes. So this could be a coyote-related chicken attack, some type of chicken homicide. But then again, the way the man said it and then laughed, it was. I hope this wasn't some type of code. I hope this was not something, some kind of code message like activating a sleeper cell or something. Did you hear that?
So, don't know what it was, but I got a white chicken missing this morning.
So listen, this part doesn't this sound like a code being sent out?
This morning. Adios. So, adios, white chicken.
All right, see, that's adios. I hope praying that was not some type of message to a sleeper cell. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. Hello, caller.
Hello, Uncle Henry. This is Kirk in Chickasaw. How are you?
Kirk, how are things in Chickasaw?
Oh, there's a lot going on up here. We're getting all kind of new infrastructure repairs, and so it's all good. Real estate values are going up.
Good. Hey, that's always wonderful.
It is. It is. Well, the reason I'm calling is today, if you're a certain age in this country, you certainly remember who Ted Koppel was.
Oh, yeah.
On Nightline. And I thought about him today with everything that's going on in Iran, and I wasn't sure if he was still alive or not, but he is still alive. He's 85 or 86. But anyway, he's got a really interesting story, his background. He was German, and he moved to England during getting out right before World War II. But, yeah, he's got a very interesting background after, the Nightline, 15 minutes of Nightline during the Iranian hostage crisis. So, but anyway, yeah, I was in high school when all of that was going on, and it was just amazing how everybody was talking about it then. So,
oh, it was. Well, it was. I mean, it was. The entire nation was spellbound by it. As you pointed out, it created Nightline, and a late night news show erupted from it. And it really got worse because Jimmy Carter at one point decided he wasn't going to leave. As long as they were held hostage, he was going to stay at the White House, which was a terrible idea, and it made it get even more attention. So yes, the entire nation was focused on the Iranian hostage crisis.
I do remember Barbara Walters interviewing the Shah I think that was in '78, and none of us really knew what the implications were at that point. But we certainly know what's happened over the last 46, going on 47 years. And I just think this is, there's a lot of controversy over what's going on, but I think it's the right move at this point.
Well, I pray you are correct. I really do.
Yep. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, and congratulations on life in Chickasaw. Beautiful community. They got a new mayor up there. Wish them the best. Back with more. And, sir, thank you for walking me down memory lane. I forgot all about Nightline.
Time saver traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design.com Traffic Center.
And it's slow on I-65 North. Watch for an accident in the right lane approaching Spring Hill Avenue, and from I-10 up to 165, it's a 5-minute delay. On Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's a 12-minute drive. Got an accident blocking the roadway, Navarre Parkway at Coral Street. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless.
All right, the news headlines are coming up. And I don't know if Claire is still watching, but Claire, thank you very much. I really appreciated that. You're going to be I'm sure you're going to be the youngest caller of the year. You might be the youngest caller of the decade.
iHeart. Hi, I'm Sarah Wall of Fox 10 News. The search is expected to continue today for a missing fisherman.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm Tom Rigotti. Strikes continue to be launched across the Middle East following the joint strike on Iran from the U.S. and Israel. President Trump says the U.S. has wrongfully been pushed around by Iran for 47 years.
Tremendous progress that's being made. Their missiles are being wiped out rapidly. Their launchers are being wiped out.
Also wiped out an Iranian warship by an American submarine torpedo, the first such sinking of an enemy ship since World War II. The State Department is scrambling to evacuate Americans still trying to leave the Middle East.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the State Department issued several travel warnings for Americans in the region in the weeks and days leading up to Operation Epic Fury. But a message on a State Department hotline told Americans not to rely on government assistance. Leavitt says that has now been corrected, and officials are offering travel assistance.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. America's listening to Fox News.
Mobile City Council passes 4 resolutions aimed at clearing debris and improving stormwater flow across the city to help prevent flooding. Workers will be in District 1 clearing vegetation from Ralston Road to Airport Boulevard, and in District 2, cleanup will take place between Center Street and Spring Hill Avenue. Also, District 7 workers will clear West Haven Drive to help prevent flooding. Governor Kay Ivey signs a bill into law allowing military veterans to become classroom teachers. Under the terms of Senate Bill 147, veterans who meet certain qualifications could become school teachers without holding bachelor's degrees. New law takes effect in October. Alabama will officially recognize the renaming of Gulf of Mexico as Gulf of America under a bill that's moving forward in the legislature. Supporters say the bill is about getting Alabama on the same page as the federal government and other Gulf states, which now use the name Gulf of America. It's been approved by the House, now moves to the Senate floor. I'm Angie Norvell.
Hey, Uncle. YouTube viewers, thanks for watching. I'm going to be back on the radio here in about 2 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, Ted Koppel. What I remember about him is he listened to Rush Limbaugh and liked Rush Limbaugh, and he would have Limbaugh on Nightline from time to time. In fact, there's a clip somewhere on YouTube or X or something of Limbaugh and Al Gore on Nightline together. Have you seen that? Limbaugh and Al Gore on Nightline talking about global warming. Back in the day. I'm going to be back on the radio here in 90 seconds. Make it stick, Steve. Are they in Las Vegas? An exotic bird is in the news, a toucan. It has been on the run in Las Vegas for months and finally got trapped in somebody's garage. But this is a tropical bird that survived in desert conditions for quite a while. But they are very excited. They found their toucan. Now, why would you need a toucan in your life? And if you need a toucan, why wouldn't you live where toucans like to live and not make it live in the desert?
Collection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
The Uncle Henry Show. It is 5:35. You can also hear me on FM radio, 95 KSJ, playing today's hottest country Monday through Friday from 10 to 2. Tomorrow in the 1 p.m. hour, right around 1:15, I'll have your chance to win tickets to see Jason Aldean. Jason Aldean's going to be at the Wharf in Orange Beach Saturday, August 29th. Your chance to win tickets tomorrow at 1:15 on 95 KSJ. We also have a chance for you to win tickets at newsradio710.com. Just go to our website, newsradio710.com, and look under contests and enter for your chance to win those Jason Aldean tickets. Again, that's at newsradio710.com. Or if you're listening right now, on the iHeartRadio app, you can tap contests, and it'll take you to where you can enter that contest for Jason Aldean at the Wharf, Saturday, June 29th. Tickets going on sale Friday. Telephone number here is 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Now, in the first half hour of the show, I mentioned that Lagniappe, Mobile's local newspaper, lagniappemobile.com is the website. They've got a really good story about coyotes. If you infesting Mobile, if you read the story, you'll be convinced that they are everywhere in the city of Mobile. Now, I was talking about that earlier in the first segment of the show, and Buford was listening, and instead of calling live, he phoned in a message.
Henry, there's Sayers, Buford. Henry! Listening to your radio program live on 710 AM. That's right, Henry. I listen to the AM radio every chance I get. Henry, the coyotes are all over the DIP area. Henry, born and raised on the Parkway around Dog River Bridge area, and I can tell you this, ain't never heard or seen a coyotes till just recently. Henry, I got two bodaciously large coyotes I'm actively trying to trap in my backyard. And Henry, there are no woods at all around my house. But I have not read the Lagniappe article yet, but will do so, and I hope they have some insight on why the population has exploded.
I'll give you a spoiler alert. It's all our fault as human beings. It's all our fault.
Anyway, Henry, my little sister lives behind the BC Rain area and had a whole pack of coyotes yipping and hollering. It was the craziest thing I ever heard. Anyway, Henry, I'll try to email you. Well, it'd have to be an attachment, and I know your stance on email attachments, so never mind. Anyway, Henry, They're all over the Parkway, the DIP area. You have a good day.
Now, wait a second. Now, Buford, if you've got audio of the yelping, go ahead and email them attachments. Go ahead and email those attachments, and it will fall under work, so I will be able to use work computers to download whatever attachments you have, because it is work-related, the coyote infestation, the coyote apocalypse here in Mobile. Now, Buford, the article, you will enjoy it. It's very comprehensive. One key point is that they say that no human being in Alabama has been attacked by a coyote yet. Now, coyotes have attacked people in other states, but they haven't attacked an Alabamian yet. And that does surprise me, because certainly we have to be some of the most delicious people in the country. Wouldn't you think Alabamians would taste better than many other states? Don't you think, just based on what we enjoy here, the type of foods we use to fatten ourselves up? We eat delicious foods here. And I would think that the coyotes would just be, their mouths would be watering, wanting to get a bite. Because I know that, I just know based on the things I've eaten in my life, I've got to be incredibly delicious. I just have to be, just based on, this is not ego. Just not my ego thinking, oh, I must taste good. No, just based on what I'm eating. Just the fried chicken alone. The fried chicken alone has got to make me just so delicious to a coyote or any other predator. But Buford, coyotes, not yet. They have not yet attacked an Alabamian. And also, they say that if you're confronted, they say you should stand your ground, that you should make yourself appear bigger if possible, make aggressive noises, repeat the process until the animal runs away. So just stand your ground, puff yourself up, and make loud, aggressive noises. And do that until the animal goes away, or until you feel too silly to continue, whatever it is. Hello, caller.
Hi.
Hey, you are live on the radio.
Hey, I don't think the coyotes would like to lead Alabama people. We're too fatty. We eat too much fried food.
But now, a lot of people that's part of the food they like. I mean, fat is flavor. Fat is flavor.
I guess you're right. If that's the case, your mother's the most flavorful person on the entire earth.
You scumbag freak! How dare you? You know, this town is facing we're almost at a coyote emergency. You understand this? With coyotes all over the place. And you're going to use this emergency in our community to attack a lady she's minding her own business. She's minding her own dadgum business. Living her life. Normal sized as well. I don't even have to tell people she's normal sized. They know it by now. It's just somebody like you. This poor freak got to be alone. He's got to be alone in an apartment. His furnishings are cardboard boxes. Maybe there's a shopping cart in there that the wheels have come off that he's using as some type of place to store his clothing or something. And he's, who knows what kind. He's probably eating the way a coyote does, out of dumpsters. And somehow has some way to call. You're sick. You're sick. And I'm sure you're safe from coyote bites, because if the coyote bit you, would taste illegal drugs. You'd probably taste like meth, whatever that tastes like. All right, listener, I apologize for that. I let my emotions get the better of me. Here. And I said things to that scumbag that I should not have said. it reminds me of how I started the show today. Started the show with a verse.
Proverbs 25:28, the King James Version. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
See, I need to have more rule over my own spirit and not let some just brain-dead lunatic throw me off to where I lose control of my spirit. Like a city without walls. By the way, back in the biblical times, they knew building a wall was a good idea, just like the border wall.
The New International Version, like a city whose walls are broken down is a man who lacks self-control.
Yes, you don't want to be lacking in self-control like me, and you certainly don't want to be a city or some other type of entity such as that with a broken down wall. You do need a secure wall. This was in Proverbs. All right, listener, I'll do better in the next segment. I promise that. I will take the time of the commercial break, and I will regain control of my spirit for the rest of this Uncle Henry show. I'll be back after the break here on News Radio 710 WNTM. But first we have traffic, weather, and words from our magnificent sponsors.
And it's slow on I-65 North. Watch for an accident in the right lane approaching Spring Hill Avenue, and from I-10 up to 165, it's a 5-minute delay. On Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's a 12-minute drive. Got an accident blocking the roadway, Navarre Parkway at Coral Street. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
YouTube viewers, I'd like to say a special hello to Ben Griffin. Ben, thank you for looking in. You're the next to the youngest viewer. If we were to have a kids' table, it would be you and Claire. Hello to Tommy Browning. Thank you for looking in. Tommy Browning, yes, I've gone to many shows over the past 3 years at the Wharf in June, July, and August. And there's not a lot you can do about it being August. Not a lot. Now, what can I share with you? In fact, I found a story. Let me get back to the weird news. Officials in Medina County, Ohio, had their internet knocked out. Their internet and phone service was knocked out in Medina County, Ohio, at multiple government offices. They couldn't figure out what knocked out their internet, and they finally traced it to a squirrel. The animal had built a nest inside of a fiber infrastructure and chewed through multiple lines. So this means to me that we should try to train squirrels. You know, we've got the best military on the planet. Sometimes you might need a squirrel, though. Hey. All right, let's see. I've got a dumb crook story. Twin sisters in Clearwater, Florida, have been arrested. Felony charges. They are twin sisters, 54 years old. They are accused of throwing a 16-year-old Chihuahua out of their vehicle. Now, there was a witness to this, seeing them throw the Chihuahua out of the moving vehicle. The Chihuahua still alive. It only weighs 3 pounds. I'm not even going to read to you the list of injuries. There's a list of Chihuahua injuries. Both sisters were charged with felony animal cruelty, arrested, $5,000 bond. Dictionary.com has added some new words. Dictionary.com has added 1,500 new words. Let's see. Some of the new words they've added to Dictionary.com are smashburger, glamazon, hypermobility, black pill and white pill. But they've also added Swiftie, the word that it means Taylor Swift fan. Swiftie, now in the dictionary, or at least dictionary.com.
Freeware with the iHeartRadio app, now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
This is the Uncle Henry Show. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes, and then more of the Uncle Henry Show. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Before I'm out of time, let me slip another voicemail onto the show. Voicemail number 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show and its listeners.
Hey, Uncle Henry, Snake Trapper. Hey, man, I need you to check with Mr. Pat Nelly, Uncle Henry, find out what's going on with all these skeeter hawks, Uncle Henry. Man, I'm telling you, I've seen more over the past few days than I've seen in a long time.
More skeeter hawks. So now, could this be related to the coyotes? Is there any? We have a growing coyote population, according to Lagniappe. What about skeeter hawks?
I've seen in a long time. When I went outside and left my garage open, light on, come in, and I guarantee you there was probably 10 skeeter hawks flying around. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I believe Mr. Pat Nelly is your skeeter hawk expert.
Now, and I'm sorry to pause. I'll unpause the message in a moment. But what would be if there's more skeeter hawks than usual, would that mean that something is missing in the food chain above them that would have eaten them? Is there a skeeter hawk predator out there that might be missing for some reason? This is important. Snake Trapper, thank you for letting us know. This is important because we've learned through educational programs like The Lion King that the circle of life is important. We must pay attention to the circle of life.
Hey, I believe Mr. Pat Nelly is your skeeter hawk expert. He knows a lot about them. I don't know if it's a sign that I'm going to get a lot of money or if I'm going to stay broke. I'll check with him, Uncle Henry. I'll let him know if I'm going to be rich or poor. Have a good day, my buddy.
All right, now see, I didn't realize you were going to say that seeing a lot of skeeter hawks would be an omen of some kind. Well, I'm with you. If it is, I hope it's a good one. I hope it is a good omen. 251-479-2723, the telephone number to call the Uncle Henry Show live. And again, if you want to leave a voicemail number 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Do you think the caller knows they've called?
I'm sorry.
There you are. You're live on the radio.
This here's Tarzan, Uncle Henry.
Tarzan, what?
This is my first call, but I just had to do it.
Well, thank you.
They were talking about the golden triangle of coyotes, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
I mean, if they knew what they were doing, they'd call it the furry triangle. You know, I mean, because they got fur all over them, and they're on triangles, and everybody likes furry triangle. You know?
Okay, so that would have been a better name than the Lagniappe description of the golden triangle, where all the coyotes are living inside of it.
Absolutely. I mean, why would you call it the golden and not call it, you know?
You know, that's
anyway. That's just part of what I wanted to hope it helps. You know, maybe those people at the Lagniappe can change some wording, and we can get something going here.
All right, that is. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Tarzan.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Nice to hear from you on the Uncle Henry Show. And I love any reference to Tarzan. Tarzan reminds me of the late, great Angelo of Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry. Angelo was a book collector. He had multiple rooms filled with books. And that included, I can remember going over to his house several times, recording radio shows and things with him and Ron of Mobile Bay Coins, and there would be the entire Tarzan collection right next to me on a shelf. There's the entire Tarzan collection. And it's Tarzan reminds me of Angelo, and also seems like such a relic of the past. Tarzan used to be on TV and in the movies constantly, and now, not so much. Not so much. Would there be a way to do a modern update on that? I don't know. I know that I'm not bright enough to figure that one out. More Uncle Henry Show coming up after the news break. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show.
Fox News Podcast.
On a recent episode of Searching for Heroes, host Benjamin Hall discussed rewiring the brain behind bars with Indiana Prison Writers Workshop founder Deborah Devine.
When you first started, you asked them to write a letter to their victims. For many of them, was that sort of the first time that they had stopped to think about what they would say to their victim, and how opening that must be?
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking. I appreciate very much. Thank you. And again, thanks to Claire and JD for having Claire watch and call. Thank you for that. I enjoyed that. Have a wonderful evening and a pleasant tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow at the regular time.